They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan gets it off to Freeman, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Breaks the tackle, now rally. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 53 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's caught by OBJ. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired up. That's a big game. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Ryan to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 30 big ones. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, Mayfield. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Kick it forward, down. Face. Flare. Hey, South. Here comes to me, it's me. Switch it.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman.
Go, run.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Get off the field. He's checking up.
On 3rd down, Ryan eluding the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
They're not ready for this. They still got
Ryan. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So with fourth down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack.
Hey, I 7.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
180. King.
Check 52.
On third down, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go with Chubb on second down. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 30 on second down, Mayfield flush to his right. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Seibert's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Tuesday.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, D. What?
Got it. Base.
Mike 51. He can't.
Hey, wait.
On the ground, this is Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Scampering home from 19 yards out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They run there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that.
And it's a fumble, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Ladies and ladies, back 25. Hey, South.
Here's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
59, got it. Back 25. Check.
A first down carry for Smith. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
On the double. Rock it.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Yeah.
First throw off the bench for the veteran Sean. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's third down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Now Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Mack Wilson with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? He'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Mayfield on fourth down. He finds Beckham complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.